All right, let's jump right in. There has been a huge development. The U.S. and China have just inked a massive new trade pact, and believe me, it's sending shockwaves through the global economy. This thing is basically rewriting the entire script for 2025. So today, we're going to break down exactly what this all means.
And the reaction? Wow. It was immediate and it was powerful. I mean, we're seeing markets surge everywhere. You've got Japan's Nikkei hitting new milestones, and right here at home, American manufacturing giants like Deere & Company are getting this incredible bounce. It's pretty clear the market is breathing a collective, massive sigh of relief.
Okay, but here's the million-dollar question, right? Is all this optimism built to last? Is this just a temporary sugar rush, or are we looking at the start of something really sustainable? And maybe more importantly, what does all this high-level political stuff actually mean for you, for your job, your wallet, your investments? Don't worry, we are going to get into all of that. So, first things first, let's really unpack the why behind this global stock rally. What's got investors so fired up? Let's look at the numbers.
You know, it really boils down to this one single powerful number. We're talking about a projected boost of 0.5% to U.S. GDP. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but to put that into perspective, in an economy the size of the U.S., that's billions of dollars in new economic activity. It's a huge and frankly very welcome tailwind.
And check this out, because this is what's really incredible. We're not just going from zero to positive here. We are swinging from what was a projected drag on the economy, a 0.3% hit because of the trade war, all the way to a 0.5% boost with this new pact. I mean, that is just a massive, massive reversal of fortune.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. What's actually inside this deal? What did each side agree to that's got everyone so optimistic? At its core, it's a pretty classic bargain. The U.S. got something it's been fighting for years, much stronger protections for intellectual property, or IP. And in return, China gets to keep its access to the massive U.S. consumer market. It's really a textbook high-stakes negotiation, where both sides manage to walk away with a really key win.
All right, so this is where it gets real for all of us. How does a deal like this actually trickle down from government halls to the real world? Let's talk about the direct impact on jobs and, the prices you and I pay every single day.
And for American workers, this is some seriously good news. Projections are showing the creation of around 150,000 new jobs. And these aren't just any jobs. They're concentrated in agriculture and manufacturing, two sectors that can now export much more freely to China. This is a big deal for reversing some of the damage we saw from the trade tensions.
And here's where you're going to feel it directly in your wallet. As those tariffs start to ease up, the prices of stuff we import, think electronics, household items, they're expected to drop by about 2 to 3%. Hey, every little bit helps, right?
And make no mistake, this isn't just a U.S. China story. The ripple effects are already being felt globally. We're seeing U.K. exporters get a nice little boost. But there's a word of caution here. Analysts are saying, hey, keep a close eye on the European Union. As a huge trading bloc, their reaction could either help stabilize things or, create a whole new set of economic waves. Okay, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Despite all of this good news, we have to talk about how fragile this truce really is. There are some very real risks here that could derail this whole thing.
And this right here, this is the question hanging over the markets. Everyone is wondering, is this peace for real? Or is it just a temporary ceasefire before the next round of conflict kicks off?
And the experts? Well, they're definitely not all on the same page. You've got the Center for Strategic and International Studies, or CSIS, warning that we are far from out of the woods. They're pointing out that the U.S. is still investigating China's commitments, and if Beijing pushes back on tech restrictions, well, round 2 of the trade war is a very real possibility.
So, what's the market betting on? This chart really lays it out. While there's a pretty significant 30% chance of things escalating, the overwhelming consensus, we're talking 70%, is that the pact is probably going to hold and even get extended. Let's call it what it is: cautious optimism.
Okay, so with this, let's call it fragile optimism in the air, what happens next? What are the key milestones we all need to be watching for on the road ahead? The path forward is actually pretty clear. It's really a two-step process. Step 1, and this is the big one, is the Trump-Xi summit that's happening right now. Literally, everything hinges on that. If that goes well, then we look to the next major milestone, the target for Phase 2 talks, slated for the first quarter of 2026.
Now, if you want to know if things are going sideways, here are the red flags to watch for. First, keep an eye on anything coming out of the U.S. Trade Representative's office. That's the USTR. If they launch new probes, that's a bad sign. Also, watch for analysis from big think tanks like the Council on Foreign Relations, the CFR. Their reports can often signal which way the political winds are blowing. Think of these as your early warning system.
So let's wrap our heads around the big takeaway here. There is absolutely real momentum and opportunity on the table. But, and this is a big but, this is not the time to get complacent. The smartest thing you can do right now is be proactive and stay informed.
And for anyone looking to actually act on this information, here's a simple 3-step plan. Step 1, take a look at your investment portfolio, like today. Step 2, think about adjusting things to line up with this new trade reality. And step 3, and this is crucial, pull out your calendar and circle October 30th. That's the deadline for a key report on China's compliance, and it's going to be a huge day to watch for any signs of trouble.
Look, the bottom line is the ground is shifting under our feet. This trade pact has completely rewritten the rules for the foreseeable future, and that brings both incredible opportunity and very real risk. So with that key date, October 30th, looming on the horizon, the only question left is, what's your next move?